But for weeks, that unfinished part took up mental space and lived in my brain rent-free. It whispered at me every day, "You're still avoiding me." That tiny task became a mental drain. I don't know why, I just didn't take care of it at the moment. Hi there, I'm Wendy Rimmelspacher, and welcome to the podcast show, Dim to Daring. Do you feel like there's something bigger waiting for you, but you're not sure how to make it happen? You're in the right place. I'm here to bring you inspiring stories, powerful insights, and practical strategies to help you reignite your spark, realign with your purpose, and take those bold steps towards the life you were meant to live. Let's dive in, because you're not finished yet. You're just getting started. You've got the hustle, but what's draining your energy? Let's plug those leaks and amp up what fuels you. Hey friend, welcome back to Dim to Daring. I'm your host, Wendy Rimmelspacher, and today we're diving into something that affects everything. Your energy. Not your time, not your calendar, your energy. If you've been with me since episode 2, you'll remember we talked about that feeling of being dim, that quiet exhaustion that sneaks in and dulls your sparkle. Well, today, we're not stopping at awareness, we're stepping into action. Because this time, we're going full CEO mode. CEO of your own energy. Let me ask you a little something to kick us off. When was the last time you ended your day feeling energized? And I'm talking about when you felt truly alive with something left in your tank. And if you just laughed out loud or rolled your eyes at me, yep, you're exactly who I'm talking to today. Because here's the thing, most of us were never taught this. We've been told to manage our time, but no one ever said, hey, it's actually your energy that runs the whole show. And the world has normalized running on empty like it's some badge of honor. But my friend, that ends today. Here's something that rocked my world when I finally identified that I'd been focusing on the very wrong meter. Your energy is your most precious resource. It's more valuable than your time, your money. It's even more valuable than your reputation or status because you can always make more money, you can reshuffle your calendar, and you can adjust your attitude the next day. But when your energy is drained, everything suffers. Your relationships, your health, your work, your dreams, and yes, especially your spark. I learned the hard way. Back in my finance career, when I started feeling dim, I figured the answer was better time management, tighter schedules, even color-coded planners, and earlier mornings at work. But nothing really changed. Because I didn't need a better calendar. I needed energy mastery. Energy isn't just physical stamina, it's a whole ecosystem. There are actually 4 dimensions that work together to create your energy flow. Are you ready for them? The first one is physical energy, the fuel in your tank, like sleep, food, and movement. The second one is emotional energy. It's how you handle your stress, how you bounce back with resiliency, and how you feel joy. The third is mental energy. Focus, clarity, creativity, and decision making. Anybody else out there with decision fatigue? Yeah, well, this discussion today should help you with this. The fourth is spiritual energy. This is your sense of purpose, meaning, and what lights you up inside. And if even one of these areas is leaking energy, then the whole system starts to wobble. You've felt it, right? Like when you're sitting at dinner after a mentally brutal day and you're there, but not really there. You're nodding, smiling, but your people can feel it. You've checked out. Your mind is somewhere else. That's why surface level self-care like a bubble bath or a glass of bubbly doesn't always cut it. If your soul is so drained, No amount of vanilla candles you light, or lavender oil you diffuse, or caffeine you pour down is going to bring you back. Your body wants to work with you. It's wired for rhythm and balance, but we sometimes ignore that when we're faced with so many things. We're wired to have natural energy cycles. By this, I mean bursts of focus followed by dips that signal it's time to recharge. Science calls these ultradian rhythms, and they last about 90 to 120 minutes. But what do most of us do when the dip hits? Well, if you're like I used to be, you push through it. Grab more caffeine, right? Ignore the blinking low energy warning light on your metaphorical dashboard. Maybe you even delay bathroom breaks just to finish one more thing. For a long time, I was proud of that hustle. I thought grit meant success. I thought skipping breaks proved my dedication. But eventually, it stopped working, and my light started to dim. I ignored every signal. Headaches, digestive issues, even tossing and turning at night. But I kept pushing through the much-needed breaks, working long hours. I was convincing myself I could power through with sheer will. But over time, I became overwhelmed, lacking clarity and completely out of alignment. My body and spirit finally hit a wall, and I had to honor my needs and slow down. Now, I work with my energy, not against it. I plan focus work blocks, take intentional breaks, and stop pretending willpower is a sustainable energy strategy. You see, energy leaks are sneaky. So what exactly is an energy leak? Let me give you one recent example from my life, and you'll probably think of one from yours as I dive into this story. I had a speaker profile to complete for a group I love being a part of. I did almost all of it except for one little section. Just one section. But for weeks, that unfinished part took up mental space and lived in my brain rent-free. It whispered at me every day, "You're still avoiding me." That tiny task became a mental drain. I don't know why, I just didn't take care of it at the moment. And then when I finally did finish it, boom, I had instant relief. When you do this, your brain is clear, your energy rebounds, your smile gets bigger because a big weight has been lifted. So that's a classic energy leak. It's a small, nagging task that pulls at your attention again and again. And I'm willing to bet you've got one of those in your life too. Let's zoom out for a sec. Some drains are small and sneaky. Others, they're full-on energy vampires. Here are a few common culprits. Digital overload. These are nonstop notifications, scrolling, and inbox checking. Multitasking. Feels productive, but shatters your focus. Relationships where you can't be real. They are exhausting. Cluttered or chaotic environments. This is like all your tasks laying out on your desk. You're only working on one of them, but you're seeing the others sitting there and it's nagging at you and you wonder if you should switch gears. You can't get your mind off all 5 things that are sitting on your desk. Or maybe it's just poor lighting and it's hard to work. Obligations out of alignment with who you are. The ones that feel heavy because they're out of alignment with precisely who you were meant to be. But there's good news. You've got amplifiers too, things that refill you. This is deep, focused work that puts you in flow. And when you're in flow, the time flies because you're having fun. Energizing people who light you up. You know the person. You've just pictured them when I said that. Nature moments like a walk or my favorite, a round of golf. Intentional rest like real sleep and downtime. And purpose-driven action. These are actions that you take because they're aligned with your values and who you are. You don't have to eliminate all the vampires, But plug one leak and amplify one energy giver, and your whole world starts to shift. I'd like you to take a personal energy audit to make this actionable. Grab a notepad or just make a mental note of these questions. Physical energy. When do I feel most alive in my body? And what drains me fast? Emotional energy. Who or what lifts me up? And who or what weighs me down? Mental energy. When is my thinking the sharpest? And what scrambles my focus? And spiritual energy. What reminds me why I'm here? And what feels hollow? No judgment. Just notice these things, the first thing that pops into your brain. Only notice what your energy vampires and energy amplifiers are, because you can't manage what you're not willing to measure. I love that quote by Sir Gus O'Donnell when he said, "Measure what you treasure." When I realized my energy was leaking everywhere, I didn't blow up my life. I made simple, powerful shifts. Recovery first, so I prioritized my real sleep. Not the phone in your bed scrolling, and no more watching Netflix till midnight. Get to bed at a predetermined time and turn the lights out. Boundaries are love. So build transition time between tasks and conversations so that you have time to switch gears, let your brain kind of process what just happened and process what you're headed into. Honor your peaks. Tackle creative work when your brain is sharp. When you know you're in your most productive time, pick the most important task that's going to take some brain work. And fuel what fuels you. Remember movement, hydration, fresh air, connection. These are all non-negotiables for your body to continue going and to end the day with the vibe that you want. Now that you've taken a clearer look at your energy landscape, let's build from the inside. You don't need to overhaul your life, but if you protect one amplifier and plug just one leak, you'll feel it. Here's a 3-day energy reset challenge I have for you. On the first day, track your energy every 2 hours. Spot what drains you and choose one vampire to reduce tomorrow. Day 2, work in 90-minute focus blocks. So take intentional breaks when your 90-minute timer goes off to move, hydrate, and breathe. Add a simple morning and evening ritual and set an alarm and honor the ding. Day 3, double down on your amplifiers. These are the good things. Schedule one thing that fuels you and fiercely protect it. Let's say you're Jenna, mid-40s, leading a team, managing a household, still trying to stay connected to her purpose. She's exhausted. Not because she's weak, but because she's pouring energy into everything and everyone without refueling herself. On day 1, Jenna tracks her energy every 2 hours and notices she's in her flow between 10 and noon. But when she arrives at work, the hallway chatter and constant interruptions near her office zap her focus. Later, between 5:30 and 6 at night, she's trying to make dinner, while her family competes for her full attention. She picks her time, dinner hour, as her first energy vampire to tackle. Day 2, Jenna sets her phone to chime every 90 minutes. When it does, she gets up, walks outside, refills her water, and gives her mind a breather. She adds a simple morning ritual. Greet her team, then shut her door or pop in noise-canceling earbuds to create a focused zone before diving in deep into work. And then day 3, Jenna thinks of one friend who always lifts her up. Today, she schedules a walk with her and guards that time like gold. You're not imagining it. Managing a career, a household, your relationships, your health, it's a lot. And all that multitasking, decision-making, and juggling, it adds up. No wonder you feel exhausted by 3 p.m. Did you know that your brain makes up only 2% of your body weight, but uses about 20% of your body's total energy? That's huge. So every time you switch gears, make a decision, or power through a packed day, you're burning real fuel. That's why constant context switching and endless to-do lists leave you feeling mentally fried. Your brain is working overtime, even if your body's sitting still. And yet, we rarely stop to ask, what actually restores my energy? What drains it? And how can I manage it better without burning out or blowing up my life? These questions are so important because you matter. That's why I created that simple 3-day energy reset to help you reclaim your energy, work with your natural rhythm, and stop running on empty. You, my friend, are not here to run on fumes. You're not meant to be dimmed by a life that takes more than it gives. You're here to shine. Protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's essential. Because when you elevate your energy, you elevate your life. Until next time, stay daring and stay bright. Thank you so much for joining me today on Dim to Daring. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love it if you subscribed, shared it with a friend, or left a review. It helps more women just like you discover the show. Remember, you're not finished yet, you're just getting started. Until next time, keep daring to grow and shine.